Hey guys, it is Candy, and I came across this delicious looking recipe for a vegetarian hearts of palm. Now, I am not a vegetarian by any means, and Lord knows I love my steak, but I have been invited to a Memorial Day barbecue at my in-laws, and my sister-in-law and some of her family actually is a vegetarian, so I thought that this would be perfect to take along as a side. What you need to do is start with a couple of cans of hearts of palm. You need to test them out. I hear that some of them have different textures. I just got it from Walmart and it ended up being perfect, and I loved the texture right off the bat. So once you open up those cans of hearts of palm, you're just going to drain them and give them a good rinse, and then you're going to chop them into little bite-sized pieces. So after you get all of your hearts of palm chopped up, you're going to take a red onion and cut that in half, and we're just going to use half of the red onion for every 2 cans of hearts of palm, and we're going to chop those up, and I'm just going to chop them into little teeny tiny pieces because I don't want big chunks of red onion in my ceviche. Okay, so now it is time for the cilantro. I just purchased some fresh cilantro and took a little bit out, and I'm making sure to rinse it off really well. And then I am just going to take off the leaf part off the stems because I don't want those stems in my ceviche. And then once I get enough of the leaf part, I'm going to chop those up into little bits. And what I want is a couple tablespoons of the cilantro. You can always do more or less to taste. If you want more, go ahead and throw more in there or less. Right, so now we are going to chop up our English cucumbers. So these are delicious in the ceviche. I am going to make sure I chop these up into little bits too. The point of all the veggies in the ceviche is we don't want any of them to be too big of pieces. Right, so now it is time to put the spice in the ceviche. So I'm going to be chopping up a jalapeno pepper. You can use a different type of pepper if you want, or you can leave it out. You could use an Anaheim pepper. That would be good. But whatever pepper you decide to put in here, make sure you do chop it into tiny pieces because you do not want to have somebody bite into a big piece of pepper. That would not be good. But the spice is very delicious in the ceviche, so I highly recommend you add some. So at first I was not sure if a whole jalapeno would make it too spicy. That's why I only added half at first. And I did take out 2 limes for adding into the vegetables. I only added 1 at first because I didn't want it to be too tart. So what I did is added the juice of 1 lime and some salt and mixed that up. And then I tasted it. And after tasting it, I did realize that it did need more lime juice and more jalapeno. So I went ahead and chopped up the other half of the jalapeno, and I added the other half of the lime. So I almost forgot to add my tomatoes. I purchased the cherry tomatoes in the different colors. I love the different colors of these tomatoes. So what I did is I just quartered them, cut them into 4s. So they were not very big pieces at all. And I did about a cup of them. I did about half of the container that I purchased and put them in there. You can use plum tomatoes if you want. You can really use any tomatoes. Just make sure if they are tomatoes with a lot of seeds and juice, you don't get a lot of those seeds and juice in there. And then here you can see that I did add the other juice of the other lime because I just needed more juice in there. Mixed it up and made sure everything was good to go. You can taste it at this point. Make sure if you need more salt, you add more salt. And you're going to want to put it in the fridge and let this sit for at least 30 minutes so all those flavors can meld, but it is best after a couple hours. But after you make this, make sure that you use it up within a day or 2. It's best if you use the same day so that all the vegetables maintain their crunch. And this is what it looks like. It is absolutely beautiful and delicious. So if you enjoyed this recipe today, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, share with your friends, and the subscribe so you know the next time I have a video coming out. Thanks for watching and hope to catch you again here next time. Bye.